Hello there, beautiful people. This is Krieg on Blitz. Let's go ahead and talk about the Progetto 46. Mr. Pay to Win, Mr. Moneybags, Mr. Carry almost every game that you're going to be in. Given that you have some skill and some experience in this tank, it's pretty renowned in the community for being kind of broken. In the right hands, that is, as with every other tank, because even the Smasher can be horrible in half the player's hands. But the big things about this tank. Not the greatest armor, play it kind of like a light tank, especially because it has decent mobility. Auto reloading mechanism kind of makes it really good. And then about 9 degrees of gun depression. Well, it says 9 degrees of gun depression, but I say about because it feels like 6 or 7 degrees. It's not that great. Now, whenever this tank comes in the shop, it sells like crazy. I see people in the clan saying that they got the Progetto 46 for the first time, that they love it, or they hate it. I'm one of the people that used to hate it. Back when medium tanks weren't exactly the best, before the heavy tank nerf and all that stuff, where medium tanks were kind of just, sure, they're the jack of all trades, but why play a jack of all trades when you can play a tank specialized in dealing big damage with heavy armor and decent mobility? That's why the heavy tank meta has still taken a while to die off, while people learn that sometimes heavy tanks aren't the best thing to play. And certainly the Progetto has become something pretty darn good. It's kind of always been good, as I said, in the right hands. But you do have to take some precautions. Firstly, bring some teammates with you. This isn't a tank that you can YOLO in. You shouldn't YOLO in any tank, but this would be in the top 5 tanks I wouldn't YOLO in. And no, I'm not making a video of that at all. Don't worry, that wasn't an Easter egg or anything. And then also, don't make quick pushes. I thought that T49 would probably miss me, probably not hit me with heat, especially given his angle. I would have thought that he'd be able to hit me with HE, and maybe he did, but that round sounded like heat, and it hurts like a bugger. But let's go ahead, slide back. And what's nice about this tank, you just saw it, the accuracy. It's obviously not perfect. It's not like you're shooting a Gorilla 15 gun, but it gets the job done really, really well. Not sure what happened there. That was just pure RNG, so was that one. But not sure what my team's doing either. Now, obviously this thing can carry. I think we might be able to carry this game a little bit if we get a better position, because we are not doing anything here. My RNG is just loving to hate me today. So let's try and slink around. I don't know if I'm spotted, but that's a risk I'm gonna have to take. Get up high and get a shot or two in on the T49, slip down, look around, and let's go ahead and push around to our little Pershing friend really, really quickly, because I don't want to get hit too much by that T95E2. Just kind of turn around the hill here. Yeah, I'm spotted. Not going to have fun with that, especially with the T49. And let's see what we can do. It's at the point where there's absolutely no carrying this game, but let's go ahead, do a little bit of maybe an unexpected move, cut off this T49, and yeah, I think we can definitely work this game. Let's go ahead, pull back, and we at least got 1 kill. I think that's about all we're gonna get, because the T95E2 has better damage than I do, at least when it comes to reloading. And yeah, that's painful. But you know what? It's the Progetto 46. There's only so much you can do in any tank, and while this tank has a higher capability, yeah, no, I definitely sucks playing that game. I shouldn't have spent so much time pinging the T95A2. So let's see how I compared in relation to the team, and it's really sad that I was the top on the team. I would have liked to have been second or third there. But you know what? It's 2022, the game's going downhill, and there's not much else that can be done. So let's go ahead, load into another game, and hopefully we can actually show you guys how this tank is played. Sorry, put that down a little too hard. Don't know if the microphone picked that up. Anyways, so how are you going to play this tank? Probably should have thought of this sooner, especially with the last game, but let's talk about how you're playing this tank. You don't want to play too Ramy. Last game was kind of the sweet spot of Ramy, but also playing a little bit more on defense, and I don't think we were enough on defense, but you know what, that was on the whole team's part and not just my part in this tank. So a big advantage in this tank is the fact that it sits a little bit lower. I mean, look, it's actually just a little bit shorter than the AMX Defender. So that's kind of a big advantage when you're trying to sit in little dips like this and to not get hit. And let's go ahead and hit the free-to-play Progetto. Not exactly a big money bags tank, but it's pretty fun to play. If you're considering whether or not to get the Progetto, definitely play the Pantera for at least, you know, a dozen games or something like that. Try and get some time into it, get used to the auto reloading mechanism, and you might like it. There's a really good chance you'll like it. The only thing to take note of there is P44 Pantera is a lot faster than the Progetto, so it's easy to think that the Progetto is faster than it is. And honestly, it is a mobile tank, but it just feels sluggish. I think we all play tanks like that, where we all know it's faster, but it feels really darn slow. Let's go ahead, put a shot in on the RU and see what we can do here. I want to go for that T49. It looks like the defender's going to get him, but oh, nope. Let's go ahead, do some cleanup here. RT49 will probably want to take him. And then, let's see what we can do here. Ooh. Let's go for this CDA 105. Push up behind him, quick. One shot, nope. Maybe the second shot will hit. There we go, 2 shots. Out of my way, AMX. 3 shots, took him out. And yeah, no, this is pretty much how you're going to play this tank. So let's go ahead, push up on the Action X, get one more quick shot in. Oh, even got the kill, not too bad. 3 kill game, yeah, that's pretty much average for the Progetto. I don't know what we got, probably, I guess, 2.5K. But yeah, that's pretty much your average game. I got, you know, a 4K game when I was playing this the other day. I wanted to show it, that's what made me want to record this video. But I'm not going to because I don't want to run the risk of looking like I'm cherry picking. So let's go ahead, take it out for another game. 50-50 chance at this rate of losing. But, oh well, that's just today. You know, yesterday I was getting like a 70-80% win rate in this tank. So you win some, you lose a lot of them. And hopefully we'll get into a game here quickly. Yeah, Desert Sands, not my go-to map. I pretty much hate this map and everything except for VK 168. Yeah, it's kind of painful, especially in mediums, because your brain says to push left where the hill is, because that's a little more open, which is a pretty good decision, but then everyone wants to go right because it's got more cover, right? You've got buildings and all that stuff. There's no good way to push. Sometimes you can push straight down the middle and get something done, but I'm gonna let these numbnuts go ahead and go to the left there, and if they actually get something done, then I'm quick enough to change positions and go over to their side. But it looks like they'll maybe have this. We'll see how the Defender Mark 1 deals with them here in the next minute or two, starting my watch, and we'll go ahead and see how that looks. So while we're waiting for that to cook up, let's go ahead and push up here behind the Skoda, and man, that Skoda is a beautiful tank. I want it, but it's too expensive. So got a shot in on the, ooh, that poor Scorpion G. And let's go ahead, slink around the corner here. And I feel like we don't need to go provide a whole lot of support there, but let's go ahead and push down the middle, because what's beautiful about this tank is its ability to break lines. We've got a clear line here where the red team's wanting to push around, so we're going to be able to deal with that by just pushing up here, taking away the T49's will to push around with his IS-2SH friend, and then we'll just pull back, and he is gone. So that means while we're reloading, let's load some HE and give this T49 a little welcome party. Let's not shoot HE. I was only gonna run HE if he had a derp gun, but this dude is completely stuck. So in order to pity him a little bit, let's go ahead and just come around here, give him an honorable discharge, and then come around, get a shot in on this Tomahawk. And then I'm not gonna sit and try and get a kill off this Tomahawk, or okay, it's fine, I wasn't going for a kill there anyways. But I just wanted to get some quick damage in as we're driving off, because I saw this Rev pull around this way, and look at that, he gave me a little love shot to tell me right where he is, right behind this little building. Assuming he's not moving, it's a pretty quick tank, but my gut's telling me he's not going to be moving very far. So let's go ahead, come around here. Ooh, nice shots. And missed that one. Let's just play ring around the rosy with him. That's what he's definitely going to want to do. And come around here, he's going to back up. Come on, you're totally going to back up for me, right? Yeah, there we go. One shot in him, swing around, bounce. Obviously, it's the Progetto 46. This thing's crazy. And what? 2200 damage. Again, not great. But you can see out of those 3 games that I played, in just 10 minutes, I got 2 wins and a 66% win rate in just this sitting. Pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. Let's see how I compared to the team, because as I always say, that's the best way to tell how you did. Second place, not too bad. And this whole team did a really good job of balancing everything out. As we all know, it's pretty common for the bottom 2 to have like 0 damage, and then the top guy to have like 4k damage at tier 8. So, good team. Normally I'd complain about getting less damage, but when everyone's carrying their own weight to an extent, then obviously you're going to get a little bit less damage because it's more evenly distributed, and I like seeing that because it makes my job easier. But yeah, that's the Progetto 46. Love it or hate it, that's up to you, but you should honestly have this tank in your garage, because when it comes down to tournaments or you're trying to grind credits, you're going to be having a pretty good time, right? You come in here, and how many credits did I make this game? 112,000. And given that's with premium, so not great when you remove the premium, but premium only adds like what, 20-30%, something around there, probably less than that. So it's a pretty big advantage. Let's see if it's gonna say how much more it gives you. Oh, 50% more credits. So you could expect about 70,000 credits without premium. Still really, really good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. And, you know, there's buttons down there. I'm sure you've heard about them. You can hit whichever ones you want. I think you should hit the little red one and the bell next to it, but who knows? So I'll see you all in the next video.
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent.